I moved into a house in California 3 weeks ago. The realtor handed me the keys with a strange smile, like she knew something I didn't. "It's quiet here," she said. "Perfect for starting over." I believed her then. The house sits on the edge of a small coastal town, fog rolling in from the Pacific every evening, wrapping the place in a damp hush. Wood siding peels like old skin, and the windows stare out at nothing but pines and the endless gray sea. I needed this escape from city noise, a dead-end job, a breakup that left me hollow. Rent was cheap, too cheap, but I signed anyway. Unpacking takes the first day. Boxes everywhere, my footsteps echoing on creaky floors. I find the closet by the front door, a narrow space smelling of mildew and salt air. Taped inside on yellowed paper that looks handwritten in shaky ink is a list. Rules, 10 of them, faded but legible. My heart skips. Who leaves this? A joke from the last tenant. I pull it down, the tape snapping like a bone. The paper feels warm, unnaturally so, against my fingers. I read the first one aloud, voice barely a whisper. Asterisk, do not open the basement door before sunset. Sunset's hours away, so I laugh it off. Probably eccentric neighbors. But as dusk falls, painting the walls orange, a soft thump echoes from downstairs, like something shifting in the dark. I glance at the basement door, solid oak, no lock, a faint draft seeping underneath. The list crumples in my hand. Rain starts pattering, soft taps on roof, steady and rhythmic, lulling me into ignoring it, for now. Night falls fast here. I make coffee, black and bitter, and sit at the kitchen table under a single bulb that flickers like it's breathing. The second rule catches my eye again. If you hear footsteps upstairs at night, stay in bed and pretend to sleep. Upstairs, I'm alone. The house groans with the wind, branches scrape windows. I head to bed early, sheets cold against my skin. That's when it starts, the slow creak of floorboards overhead, footsteps, measured, coming closer. My breath catches. Do I pretend or check? The list sits on my nightstand, glowing faintly in the moonlight. What would you do if rules like these were all that stood between you and whatever waits below? I wake the next morning with sunlight slicing through the curtains like a warning. My head throbs from a restless night. Those footsteps circled my room for hours, fading only as dawn broke. No sign of entry, no footprints in the dust upstairs. I tell myself it's the house settling, old wood contracting in the coastal chill. But the list stares up from the nightstand, its ink sharper now as if freshly written. I smooth it out and read every rule, one by one, my voice echoing softly in the empty kitchen. Coffee steams beside me, aroma mixes with salt air, and fog clings to the windows like breath on glass. This place drew me in after everything fell apart. Back in the city, I was a graphic designer, chained to a desk amid fluorescent buzz and endless deadlines. My boyfriend, ex, now cheated with my best friend. The breakup hit like a slow poison. Rent skyrocketed, friends drifted, so I scrolled listings late at night, desperate for quiet. This house popped up. Cozy coastal retreat, $800 month, utilities included. Too good. Realtor barely showed it, pointed out the sagging porch, the overgrown yard with that lone twisted pine out back, branches like skeletal fingers clawing the sky. Previous tenant left suddenly, she muttered, avoiding my eyes. But it's peaceful. I signed the lease on the spot, packed my life into a rented van, and drove 5 hours north along Highway 1, waves crashing below cliffs the whole way. The house hunkers on a dead-end street in this forgotten speck of a town, maybe 200 souls, a gas station, a diner that closes at dusk. No neighbors in sight. The nearest is a mile down a dirt road, lights flickering dimly at night. Inside, it's all faded charm, scuffed hardwood floors that groan underfoot, wallpaper peeling in the hallway like sunburnt skin, a kitchen with avocado green cabinets and a stove that hisses when lit. Upstairs, 3 bedrooms, mine at the end with a window facing the sea, endless gray, gulls crying distant wails. The basement door looms at the bottom of the stairs, heavy oak with a brass knob cold to the touch. No light switch nearby. And that closet by the front door where I found the list, barely big enough to hang a coat, walls papered yellow with age. I photographed the rules before tucking the paper into my journal, half expecting it to vanish. Here's what it says, word for word, in cramped, trembling script. Asterisk, do not open the basement door before sunset. If you hear footsteps upstairs at night, stay in bed and pretend to sleep. The mirror in the hallway reflects one extra shadow. Ignore it. Knock 3 times on the kitchen window at midnight every night. Never eat food left on the porch after dark. If the radio turns on by itself, hum along but do not sing words. The backyard tree whispers names. Yours is not one of them. Asterisk, do not look out the windows during a full moon. If shadows stretch longer than yours, close all curtains and lights. To leave, burn this list at dawn, but only if you've followed every rule. Rule 10 chills me deepest, implies I'm trapped unless perfect. Who wrote this? I search online. Town history yields nothing, just old logging camps and shipwrecks. No mentions of hauntings. The realtor's number goes to voicemail when I call about it. Probably a prank, I mutter, but my hands shake as I unpack. By afternoon, I've hung pictures, stocked the fridge, even tuned the dusty old radio on the shelf. Static crackles faintly. Sun dips low, painting the walls gold. Basement door stays shut. I feel watched already, like the house exhales when I move. Dusk brings the fog, thick and muffling, swallowing the yard. I double-check locks, brew tea that tastes faintly metallic. The pine tree outside sways, branches rustle softly, leaves whispering secrets I can't catch. Part of me wants to pack up and drive back to the city, face the chaos over this silence. But rent's paid for the month and something pulls me to stay, curiosity, maybe, or exhaustion. What would you do with rules like these in your new home? Ignore them, test them. Tonight I follow, or try to. As midnight nears, I stand by the kitchen window, knuckles hovering. The glass is cold, fogged from my breath. Outside, nothing but darkness and the sea's distant roar. Waves crash rhythmically. I knock once, twice, 3 times. Sharp raps echo inside, louder than expected. Silence follows, heavy. Then from upstairs, the first creak. Footsteps begin, slow, deliberate, heading my way. I slip into bed, eyes shut tight, heart pounding against the sheets. Pretend to sleep, pray it's enough. This is night 1, and it's only beginning. Night 1 asterisk. The footsteps pause outside my bedroom door. I lie still, sheets pulled to my chin, breath shallow and even. Pretend to sleep. Rule 2 burns in my mind, the paper's warmth still lingering on my fingertips from earlier. Slow creaks resume, circling the hallway. They drag now like bare feet scraping wood, hesitant, closer. My eyelids twitch, but I force them sealed. The air thickens, carrying a faint scent of wet earth and salt, as if the ocean seeped through the cracks. Minutes stretch. Heart hammers silently. Then a soft exhale right by my ear. Warm breath brushes my neck. I freeze deeper, every muscle locked. It lingers, watching. Finally, the steps retreat, fading down the stairs. Thuds soften to silence. Dawn can't come soon enough. Morning light filters gray through fogged windows. I bolt upright, scanning the room. Empty. Bed unmade but undisturbed, no muddy prints on the floor. Coffee brew's strong aroma cuts the damp, hands steadying as I sip by the kitchen table. The list lies open, rules glaring under the bulb's flicker. I followed 2 last night, basement door untouched, footsteps ignored. Knocking felt foolish, but it worked, no repercussions. Yet sleep evaded me entirely, body wired from that breath. Was it wind? Imagination. The house feels heavier today, walls pressing in with each groan settling pop's echo. I venture outside, yard slick with dew, pine tree dripping needles plink softly. No footprints trail from the porch, no signs of intrusion. Relief washes briefly, but unease coils tighter. Day drags mundane. I unpack more boxes, books stack on shelves, laptop hums to life with spotty Wi-Fi. Search haunted houses, California coast, yields ghost stories from Big Sur, nothing local. The mirror in the hallway draws me next, Rule 3 nagging. I pass it casually, avoiding the glass, but curiosity pulls a quick glance. My reflection stares back, tired eyes, messy hair. Wait, behind me in the silver, one extra shadow shifts. Tall, humanoid, edges blurring into the wallpaper. Not mine, it tilts as if listening. I jerk away, pulse racing, back to the kitchen. Ignore it, the rule commands. Easier said. Lunch tastes like cardboard, appetite gone. Afternoon sun fights the fog, casting long rays across the floor. My shadow stretches normal, measured against the walls. I test nothing, Rule 9 warns of longer ones, but none appear. The basement door tempts, knob gleaming invitingly at the stairs' base. Sunset's not till 7, I resist, busying with laundry. Dryer whirs steady rumble downstairs, masking smaller sounds. By evening, hunger gnaws, but I cook simple, pasta boiling, steam rising, pots clatter softly. Porch stays clear, no food gifts yet. Rule 5 noted. Radio sits silent on the shelf, dials dusty. No full moon tonight, windows safe. Tree outside sways, idle branches hush. Routine settles me almost. Maybe this is manageable. Follow, survive, burn the list at dawn after 30 days. Simple. Midnight nears again. I stand by the kitchen window, glass chilled against my knuckles. Outside, fog blankets everything, see murmuring distant waves lap faintly. Knock once, sharp, twice, echoes linger, 3. Silence swallows the sound, no immediate reply. I retreat to bed, lights off, list under pillow like a talisman. Footsteps start promptly upstairs hall, circling slower this time. Creaks deliberate, boards protesting. They pause at my door again. Breath returns, closer, ragged now. Something brushes the bedsheet, fingers, cloth. I clench fists, feigning sleep, mind screaming to run. Minutes crawl, it whispers. Indistinct like wind through pines, but formed. Names, not mine, per Rule 7. Emma, Thomas, Leela, fading echoes. They retreat downstairs. I exhale shakily, sweat cooling on skin. Sleep comes fitful, dreams of shadows in mirrors. Wake at first light, body aching. Check the house, locks secure, doors shut, mirror avoided. Basement silent, no hums, porch empty. A small victory, night one survived intact. Rules held, but that whisper, whose names, the pine tree looms larger outside, branches drooping like it heard too. Coffee steams again, bitter scent grounds me. I reread the list, committing each to memory. Confidence flickers, maybe I'm adapting. Day 2 unfolds normal. Groceries from the tiny market, nods from silent locals who avoid questions about the house. Old place, one mutters. Quiet. Evening falls, fog thicker. Midnight looms, knocks await. Footsteps 2. What would you do on night 2 if the whispers called a name close to yours? This night feels watched, expectant. Something learns my rhythm. Basement door gleams untouched. For now, night 1 ends, but the house breathes deeper. It's only beginning. Night 2 asterisk. Dawn breaks weaker today, fog pressing against the windows like a living shroud. I rise stiff, neck aching from tension, the whisper of those names, Emma, Thomas, Leela, looping in my skull, not mine but close enough to unsettle. Coffee brews hotter, steam curls thick, chasing the chill as I pace the kitchen. The list fans out on the table, rules memorized now, their ink seeming darker, bolder. Night 1 passed without breach, compliance bought me time. But the house shifts subtler, doors catch when I close them, air tastes saltier, heavier. Outside, the pine tree drips steadily, plinks on porch boards, branches swaying without wind. I avoid the mirror entirely, skirting the hallway in wide arcs. Morning errands ground me. Drive to the market 5 miles inland where hills block the sea's roar. Locals nod curtly. Gray-haired man at the counter eyes my basket of canned goods, bread. Settling in, he asks, voice gravel. House treat you right. I force a smile, mention the fog. He chuckles dry. Fog's the least of it. Old places got stories. No elaboration. Back home, bags unload under watchful pines, needles crunch soft. Lunch simple, sandwich by the window, see gray beyond. Shadow mine alone on the floor, normal length. Rule 9 dormant. Basement door stays sealed, sunset distant. Radio dustier, untouched, routine armor. Afternoon tempts the hallway mirror. Rule 3 pulls like a dare. Asterisk the mirror in the hallway reflects one extra shadow. Ignore it. I pass quick first, head down. But on the second loop, carrying laundry, eyes flick up. Mistake. My reflection blinks tired, disheveled. Behind it, the shadow looms again taller, sharper edges now humanoid but faceless, head tilted as if curious. It mimics my step, then hesitates, stretching toward the glass. A hand, no, just blur, heart slams. I spin away, basket dropping, thud echoes, clothes spilling. Back pressed to wall, breaths ragged. It watched me look, minutes pass, no pursuit, but the air hums low, faint vibration in floorboards, ignored too late. Dusk creeps early, orange fading to slate. I cook rice, steam fogging pots hiss rises steady, appetite faint but forced. Porch clear, no food, rule 5 safe. Full moon days off, windows curtained anyway. Tree outside rustles, idle whispers tease edges. Confidence wavers from the mirror slip, but no immediate curse. Midnight ritual calls, kitchen window cold under palms. Fog thicker, muffling the world. Knock once, pause, twice, hold breath, 3. Raps sharper, glass trembling faintly. Silence descends, expectant. Bed awaits, sheets tucked tight. Lights off, pretend sleep. Rule 2 armor. Footsteps begin on cue. Upstairs, hall groaning creaks, deliberate, slow. They circle wider tonight, pausing at each door, guest room, bathroom, mine, breath hitches. The exhale returns by my ear, warmer, closer, carrying pine sap and decay. Sheets tent over me like a grave. It lingers longer, hovering. Then movement, fingers trail the bed frame. Light scrape wood winds soft. Whispers join, clearer Emma. Sarah, close to mine. Pulse thunders silent. Pretend deeper, chest rising even. It probes shadow under door, stretching unnaturally. Rule 9 stirs early, mine short, it's long. Curtains drawn already, lights off. It retreats grudging, steps dragging downstairs, thuds fade reluctant. Sleep fragments, dreams of mirrors cracking, shadows spilling out. Wake sweating, pre-dawn gray. House intact, locks hold, porch bare, basement mute. Mirror avoided, no new marks, but floorboards bear faint scratches by my door, lines fresh, shallow. Night 2 survived barely. Mirror glance cost that probe the stretch. Rules tighten their grip. Coffee scalds, bitter burn steadies, list reread. Day 3 looms mundane, walk the foggy beach, waves gnashing, pebbles crash rhythmic, gulls silent, locals scarce. Evening fog rolls thick, knocks await, footsteps hungrier, tree whispers louder. The house learns my fears, mirrors them back. What would you do if ignoring became impossible? Midnight nears again, window cold, knuckles rise. Night 2 closes, but cracks form. Something hungers beneath compliance. Basement hums faint, now low drone teases. For now I follow, deeper into the rhythm. Night 3 asterisk. Sunrise struggles through denser fog, a pale smear against the curtains. I surface from fractured sleep, skin clammy, the scrape marks by my door etched deeper overnight, like nails dragged slow, deliberate. Coffee brews frantic grounds hiss in the pot, black and scalding down my throat as I trace the lines with trembling fingers. Not random, they curve toward the bedroom threshold, inviting entry. The mirror glance on night 2 invited escalation, the probe, the stretch. Rules demand precision now, no slips. List open on the counter, ink gleaming wet almost, Rule 4 prominent. Knock 3 times on the kitchen window at midnight every night. Ritual anchors me. Outside, pine branches droop heavy drips plink relentless, fog cloaking the yard like a veil. Day unfolds cautious. No market run, supplies hold. I pace rooms, mapping the house anew. Hallway mirror draped with a sheet now, bulky shroud muffling its pull. Basement door gleams at stairs base, knob frost-kissed despite the damp warmth inside. No touch before sunset. Radio untouched, dials caked. Porch swept bare, Rule 5 vigilant. Shadows track normal across walls, mine crisp under midday lamp. Tree looms silent, for now needles sway idle. Hunger forces lunch, toast charred, slightly smoke wisps faint, eaten standing by the sink. Phone signal drops, isolation sinks deeper. Online searches repeat, coastal anomalies, fog-bound disappearances from decades past, whispers of rule-bound houses, no matches. The realtor's voicemail fills again, unanswered. Afternoon wanes gray, sun a rumor. I prepare early, curtains double-drawn, doors latched triple. Full moon still distant, windows blind anyway. The sheet over the mirror billows faintly, fabric stirs unbidden, but no peak. Compliance rebuilds fragile calm. Dusk bleeds in, sees murmur rising, waves gnash closer. Rice simmers, steam curls thick, fork scraping, plate mechanical. Porch empty, good. Tree rustles sharper, now leaves hush secrets. Whispers tease edges, names again, not probing yet. Midnight approaches like a tide. Kitchen window fogged thick, my breath the only warmth. Knuckles hover, once, glass vibrates soft, twice, echo lingers inward, 3. Raps pierce the silence, outward ripple lost in fog. Response immediate, a distant asterisk knock replies from the pine's muffled thud far. Heart stutters, ritual answered, bed calls. Lights dim, sheets cocoon tight. Pretend sleep, breaths measured. Footsteps erupt upstairs, creaks urgent, boards protest loud. Circling frantic tonight, hall to stairs, back up, pausing doors. Breath floods my ear, hot and pine reeking, closer than ever. Sheets strain over rigid form. It presses, weight dips, mattress edge springs grown low. Fingers, no tendrils, cold wisps trail my arm under cover, testing fabric. Whispers bloom full, Emma, Sarah, Anna, mine next. Rule 7 warns, the backyard tree whispers names. Yours is not one of them. Yet they circle closer, breathy probes. Shadow under door elongates, grotesque. Rule 9 active, mine pinned short, it's sprawling. Curtains sealed, lights nil. I hum silent internally, no radio yet. It lingers eternal, tendrils retreating, grudging, fabric rustles, withdraw. Steps drag away, thuds reluctant fade. Dawn cracks feeble. I surge up, scanning, mattress crease fresh where it sat, arm goose-fleshed raw. Scratches extend hallway now, trailing downstairs, lines deepen curved. Porch bears a gift, small bundle wrapped cloth, pale lump steaming, faint damp chill clings. Rule 5 screams, never eat food left on the porch after dark. Untouched it sits mocking. House heavier, air thick with sap and salt. Coffee steams, aroma battles rot, list consulted. Night 3 endured, knocks exchanged, mirror veiled, food ignored. But the weight, the near name, tree outside vibrates, subtle branches quiver alive. Day 4 tempts, tests, compliance phrase. Beach walk yields nothing, pebbles slick, gulls mute, waves hush conspiratorial, locals vanish earlier. Evening fog chokes thicker, windows weeping condensation, porch bundle wilts untouched, midnight ritual pulses urgent, knocks prepare, footsteps anticipate, whispers hunger names. What would you do if the reply from the trees called back with your own voice? Basement hums lower, now drone pulses faint. Mirror sheet twitches. Night 3 seals, but boundaries blur. Something mimics. List warms under palm. Compliance buys breath, but curiosity claws. Tomorrow tests wait. For now I brace. Night 4. Fog lingers all morning. A suffocating blanket that turns the world outside into swirling gray nothing. I drag myself from bed, ankle throbbing with a faint, cold bruise. Like fingers imprinted there overnight, tendrils from night 3 leaving their mark. Coffee spills as I fumble, the pot hiss steams wild, black liquid pooling like ink while I inspect the porch bundle again. Sodden cloth splitting to reveal pale, doughy bread speckled with unnameable flecks, rot already blooming sweet and foul decay curls thick. Rule 5 saved me. Untouched, it mocks from the boards. Scratches now claw full paths across the hallway floor, converging toward the basement door like a map drawn in malice lines etched deep. Pine tree sags heavier, branches glistening unnaturally, drips echo metallic. List warms my palm, rules etched in memory, compliance my only shield, cracking. Day slogs through isolation, no venturing out, fog hides threats. I scrub scratches with bleach fumes sting sharp, uncovering older layers beneath decades of tenants marking time. Mirror remains shrouded, sheet pinned tight now with thumbtacks, fabric strains taut. Basement hum grows insistent, low thrum vibrates souls, knobs slick with condensation before sunset. Chairs wedge the door shut as precaution. Radio on the shelf gleams suspiciously clean, dials loose under finger, no touch yet. Porch bundle I double bag, bury farther in yard under pine roots, earth sucks wet. Rule 5 ironclad. Shadows measure normal against walls, mine unthreatened. Tree daytime murmurs intensify, hushes form syllables, names floating vague. Lunch canned beans, cold from tin metal bites tongue, fuel against wasting. Afternoon drags endless, fog sealing windows with rime ice crackles faint. Full moon calendar ticks closer, every curtain triple knotted. Ritual knocks fortify resolve, midnight demands them. Basement drone sinks my heartbeat, pulse matches ominous. Pacing avoids the draped mirror's corner where sheet bulges oddly, shape shifts subtle. Air clots thicker with sap and brine, house exhaling secrets. Dinner passes skipped, nausea coils. Porch swept pristine, no new bait. Tree conspires, louder branches lash fog. Midnight tide rises. Kitchen window rivers with melt, knuckles numb white. Knock 1, glass quivers deep. 2, outward pulse stirs mist. 3, pines retort immediate. Tripled thuds rolling closer, echoes thunder near. Binding complete. Bed fortress prepped, sheets surgical. Darkness swallows. Footsteps explode upstairs without warning, creak savage. Joists shudder. Pounding hall like pursuit, doors slam, rattled latches buckle. Stairs thundered then reversed. Breath crashes bedside, reeking grave earth and pine rot. Mattress cratering under massive unseen heft, frame buckles audible. Tendrils surge boulder, worming sheets to lasso both ankles, icy vice crushes, yanking taut. Whispers avalanche asterisk Emma, Sarah, Anna, Al asterisk prefix of mine hissing wet. Shadow erupts under door, elongating monstrous across ceiling. Rule 9 violated early. Mine dwarfed pathetic, dark tendrils sprawl endless. Curtains clamped, lights voided. It bears down total, chest compressed breathless, face inches from mine under fabric, breath cyclone's ear. Then radio ignites downstairs, static screams piercing, volume blasting, phantom jazz warped backward. Rule 6 activates. I hum throatraw, toneless vibration sinking the garble. No lyrics dare lips drone battles airwaves. Hum repels, tendrils spasm, loose grips shred frantic. Shadow coils retracting, ink bleeds backward. Weight lifts, grinding springs snap relief. Steps stomp, grudging retreat, thuds quake descending. Radio sputtering, dead final hiss gasps. Collapse follows, lungs gasping fire, ankles roaring purple. Sleep flees, visions of unraveling bread sprouting eyes. Dawn pries grudging light. Inspection reveals carnage, ankle welts finger-shaped, radio smoking faint, dial fused to static freak. Porch bears fresh loaf, gold-encrusted, steam beckoning, aroma tempts starvation. Ignored rigidly. Scratches funnel basement, direct invitation screams. Tree quakes, roots pulse visible. Night 4 repulsed, hum triumphed, food spurned, stretch defied. But intimacy surged, it knows my shape now. Day 5 suffocates, deeper fog, beach erased, swallow total. Rations thin, hunger gnaws true. Mirror shroud rips, wider glass winks sly. Basement drone hypnotic, lull calls descend. Knocks sharpen intent, footsteps salivate. Whispers savor al asterisk. What would you do if humming cracked your voice and bread whispered your name? Dusk chokes absolute. Porch loaf sweats untouched. Midnight coils, ritual steals fraying will. Night 4 recedes, fractures widen. Its hunger sharpens teeth. Basement beckons louder, drone sings slip. Compliance thins to whisper. Plunge accelerates. For tonight I hum defiant. Deeper binds tighten. Night 5. Daylight barely breaches the fog's iron grip. A sickly pallor seeping through cracks like diluted blood. I haul myself upright, ankles screaming from purple welts, perfect finger impressions, too long, too thin for human grasp. Coffee refuses to brew right, pot clogs thick, ground sludge black, spilling grit as I hobble to the porch. The new loaf sits pristine, crust golden and cracked invitingly, steam curling with impossible freshness despite the damp, chill aroma bakes sweet, honeyed undertones. Rule 5 chains my hand back. It stays untouched, wilting slower than the last. Scratches now form a spiral funneling straight to the basement door, lines pulse raised, wood vibrating faintly under palm. Pine tree convulses outside, roots bulging soil, earth heaves subtle, branches etching frantic patterns in mist. List scorches hot now, rules searing memory. Night 4's hum barely held, fractures spider deeper. Isolation calcifies. No world beyond windows. Fog devours roads. I bandage ankles, tight cloth binds raw, ignoring mirror shrouds, widening tear, glass peak sliver, shadow hinted within blur waits patient. Basement drone escalates to chant, rhythm throbs veins, doorframe sweating beads before sunset. Barricade doubles, chairs, table wedged firm. Radio scarred black, dial melted permanent to dead air, faint scorch, lingering smoke, ghosts faint. Porch loaf I spike with garden fork, impale deep in trash pit, metal pierces soft, juice bleeds dark. Shadows twitch erratic across floors, mind flickering uncertain, no full stretch but warning. Tree daytime voices sharpen syllables form asterisk al insistent. Lunch dry crackers crumble, dust coats throat, starvation's edge sharpening senses. Afternoon dissolves in brine haze, windows rattling, faint sea gnaws foundation. Full moon tomorrow, every aperture sealed iron. Ritual knocks loom mandatory, skip risks unknown. Basement chant sinks breath, inhale matches swell. Pacing circles house core, avoiding mirrors gleam. Air saturates pine death, walls weeping sap, rivulets amber trails slow. Dinner forsaken, guts twist void. Porch pristine again somehow, loaf vanished, replaced by fruit cluster, plump, dew-kissed colors unnatural vivid. Ignored. Tree lashes violent thrash defies calm. Names chanting mind's prefix. Midnight surges. Kitchen window frosts inward, knuckles cracked dry. 1. Pain warps ripple. 2. Mist parts brief. 3. Pines roar back, quadrupled thunder cracks near. Branches slamming, glass outside impacts shutter frame. Packed seals blood tight. Bed vault locked, sheets straitjacket. Footsteps detonate, hall rattling explosions shake rafters. No circuit, direct charge to my door, knob twisting, frantic metal grinds locks. Breath cyclones, room filling, putrid with soil and my own sweat echo. Mattress collapsing total under crushing mass frame splinters audible. Tendrils invade sheets full, coiling throat neck throttle vice pulses. Legs pinned spread eagle. Whispers detonate Emma, Sarah, Anna, Alex. Asterisk mind full, spat possessive. Shadow explodes volumetric, swallowing walls, ceiling to floor. Rule 9 shattered, mine erased, its omnipresent void consumes light. Curtains shred inward unbidden, lights flicker phantom. It manifests closer, faceless silhouette hulks bedside, head cocking void black, tendrils probing lips parted in feigned sleep. Radio reignites downstairs despite melt inferno static howls. Melody twisting children's lullaby backward, words bubbling urge. Rule 6 desperate. Hum erupts, guttural, raw throat drone overlaying warp. No words, claw-free vibration shreds chords. But falter strikes, lullaby words tease, tongue-tip join us asterisk, hum cracks stutter. Tendrils tighten lethal vision blacks edges. Silhouette leans face to breathless face. Empty maw exhaling my name looped asterisk Alex 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 asterisk. Hum rallies frantic sinking static perfect. Tendrils convulse violent lashes tear sheets. Shadow implodes convulsing darkness fractures inward. Weight hurls off bed slamming wall thud craters plaster. Steps frenzy chaotic retreat stomps quake fleeing. Radio implodes silence pop sparks final. Gasp rebirths, throat shredded whisper hoarse, welts blooming neck fresh. Sleep impossible, hallucinations of fruit pulsing hearts. Dawn wrenches violent, carnage reigns, neck throttled violet, sheets shredded confetti, radio shell smoking ruin, plaster dent humanoid torso print. Porch fruits rot instant, skin splitting maggot white writhe burst foul. Scratches breach basement threshold now claw under door. Tree roots breach porch boards crack spider wood. Night 5 barely repelled, hum fractured, name seized, entity touched air inches. It knows me named now. Day 6 drowns absolute fog, signals dead silence absolute. Rations crumbs, starvation allies dread. Mirror tear gapes half eyes meet void. Basement chant beckons descent song lures sweet. Knocks prepare lethal. Footsteps claim territory. Whispers own asterisk Alex asterisk. What would you do if your name summoned it closer, humming no longer enough? Dusk strangles final. Porch pulses new gifts untouched. Midnight fangs bare. Ritual falters. Night 5 hemorrhages, abyss yawns. Its form solidifies hunger. Basement door strains, barricade wood groans yield. Compliance shreds, plunge irreversible. Tonight hum breaks or binds eternal. Deeper it pulls. Night 6. Full moon rises tonight, and the fog parts just enough to let its silver bleed through the cracks. I wake choking on dawn's feeble gasp, throat a ravaged ruin, violet welts pulsing like second heartbeat, neck bruised in perfect tendril coils that throb with every swallow. Coffee fails, utterly pot boils dry, scorched metal reeks, forcing tepid water that tastes of rust and pine death. Porch fruits have burst overnight, maggot pale innards spilling viscous across boards wriggle squelch underfoot, a deliberate taunt from Rule 5's defiance. Scratches now tunnel under the basement door, fresh gouges oozing dark sap amber weeps slow. Pine trees' roots have erupted through porch planks, twisting like veins toward the house cracks propagate audible. List sears palm raw, rules mocking. Night 5 named me, hummed me bare. Entity owns my echo now. Day 6 suffocates in lunar prelude, fog thinning traitorously to reveal moon's glow-edging horizon. No escape, roads vanish in mist. I wrap neck in scarf fabric chafes welts, shunning mirrors half-gape where my reflection fractures, extra shadow grinning split-lipped void teeth gleam. Basement chant crescendos symphony harmonies lure visceral, barricade shuddering, chairs skitter inches, table legs splintering faint wood yields creak. Radio husk smokes terminal, melted innards fused silence. Porch I scour with bleach frenzy fumes clash rot, burying pulp under roots that grasp shovel earth clutches back. Shadows warp preemptive, mind shrinking against walls unnaturally. Tree chants overt, voices chorus asterisk Alex rhythmic. Rations dust, cracker shards scrape gums grind, fuels frenzy. Afternoon accelerates dread, moon climbing bloated through thinning veil. Rule 8 activates, do not look out the windows during a full moon. Every pane boarded hasty with plywood scraps, nails shriek driven, gap sealed, duct tape frantic, rip seal desperate. Basement song swells operatic, words forming indistinct beneath drone syllables beckon come down. Pacing orbits core, air electric thick with sap ozone. Hunger hallucinates, stomach gnaws phantom bread. Porch pulses anew, cakes frosted silver, moonlit lure glow pulses hypnotic. Ignored absolute, tree thrashes ecstatic limbs flagellate air, roots inching indoors via cracks. Midnight hurtles, kitchen window last unboarded for ritual streams lunar frost, knuckles bloodied raw. 1. Glass fractures spiderweb. 2. Moon flares behind. 3. Pines detonate volcanic, roots slamming frame impacts pulverize wood. Oath lunar bound, boards fly up hasty, bed tomb sealed. Footsteps manifest seismic quake cascades rafters. No hall, erupting from walls themselves, circuits phasing through plaster thuds phase ethereal. Breath materializes room core, exhaling moon-silvered miasma grave mulch, bed frame pulverizing under colossus bulk iron bends shriek. Tendrils metastasize, webbing full body restraint strap cinch asphyxia, throat recrushed prior welts bursting. Whispers thunder choral, Alex, join Emma Sarah Anna. Yours now. Shadow volumetric eclipse, Rule 9 apocalypse, mine obliterated, its fractal infinity devouring space dimensions fold black. Boards explode inward despite seals, moonbeams knifing pure Rule 8 breached by force. Compulsion seizes, eyes wrench open against will, dragged to window void. Outside, full moon illuminates, empty yard transformed. Figures lurk pine fringes, translucent silhouettes mimicking tenants past. Emma stoops gathering invisible, Sarah rocks porch swing absent, Anna waves from tree crook gestures summon fluid. Entity hulks bedside manifests fuller, faceless torso elongates void, limbs tendril frayed, head a swirling abyss exhaling faces layered mine overlaps layers peel whisper. It propels me windowward, feet dragging boards splinters impale heels, forcing gaze. Figures advance procession slow, hands extended gifts, bread fruits cakes levitating porch aromas assault ravenous. Mouth waters traitor, Rule 5 cracking, asterisk 1 bite joins. Hum surges desperate, throat ravaged drone clashing moon chant, no radio, pure vocal vibration rends chords bloody. Hum fractures entity, silhouette stutter dissolve forms pixel glitch fade, tendrils spasm lacerating slashes carve flesh shallow, colossus recoils bellowing subsonic windows shatter harmonic, weight catapults off, cratering floor humanoid abyssprint plaster caves deep, steps phase wall retreat phases warp distant, moon clouds merciful sudden silver snuffs. Collapse racks cough blood, heels oozing, welts reopened weeping. Sleep surrenders, nightmares of processions marching indoors. Dawn reclaims fog-thick, moon-scorched ghost. Devastation absolute, window boards shrapnel-embedded walls, floor crater steaming cold void, heels punctured infected, porch gifts ash cell-fimmulated smolders char memory. Scratches breach basement fully, doorframe gaping maw. Tree engulfed roots house fusion bark merges siding. Night 6 survived breach, gaze stolen, hum salvaged name. It showed its court, invitation etched retina. Day 7 veils moonscar fog regained, isolation catacomb. Wounds fester untreated, fever simmers. Mirror fully exposed, now shroud shredded confetti, my face layered theirs. Basement symphony crescendos invitation areas plead descend Alex asterisk. Gifts ash testament, knocks ritual blood oath, footsteps phase incarnate, whispers courtly beckon. What would you do if the moon forced witness to your predecessors, humming your last defense, dusk lunar echo? Porch renews spectral untouched. Midnight convokes, ritual bleeds. Night 6 cataclysms, court convenes. Its hierarchy reveals hunger apex. Basement hinges loosen metal fatigues. Compliance vaporizes, abyss convergence accelerates. Tonight, hum or harvest, eternal descent beckons. Night 7. Dawn crawls back under fog's remorseful shroud, but the moon's silver scar lingers etched in my vision, ghostly processions replaying on every blink. I convulse awake in fevered sweat, heels festering punctures oozing pus-threaded black infection throbs septic, neck welts suppurating yellow under scarf crust. Water substitutes coffee, tepid iron tang sluicing throat raw gulp scrapes ravaged. Porch ash mounds smolder self-extinguished, cakes reduced to bone char husks whispering Rule 5's victory pyre embers pulse faint memory. Scratches devour basement doorframe entire, wood delaminating fibrous fibers peel alive, knob spinning loose on phantom torque. Pine tree engulfs half porch now, roots coiling boards intimate, trunk fused siding seamless bark breathes house rhythm. List chars edge crisped, rules blistering palm, night 6 paraded its court, my name invited to feast. Day 7 ferments delirium, fever spiking visions. Emma's stoop replays looped, Sarah's swing creaks phantom rhythm haunts ears. No exodus, fog labyrinthine death trap. I lance heels crude, kitchen knife sterilized flame sizzle sears flesh, pus jetting foul drain clots dark. Mirror naked now, shroud tatters floor dust, reflection hybrid, my eyes overlaid theirs, extra shadow fused shoulder permanent, nodding sink companion mocks grin. Basement symphony erupts ariaful, Rule 1 inverted chant open now descend Alex voices soprano mine echo. Barricade collapses inward splinterable chairs pulverized termite chewed. Radio void melted testament shelf. Porch scoured sterile, ash interred root depths grasping soil reclaims hungry. Shadows mine absent, floors awash entity sprawl residual. Tree aria joins basement duet escalates choral. Afternoon boils fever peak, moon's echo waxing premature through clouds. Rule 8's breach haunts, every board gap knifed shut nails bloodied hammer pounds frantic. Basement aria crescendos personal, lyrics crystallizing asterisk Alex join court below melody worm's brain. Air saturates fever sap, walls undulating breath plaster heaves visible. Starvation hallucinates feast, porch ghosts levitate illusory aromas phantom taunt. Rations void, gums bleed cracker ghosts flakes dissolve blood. Tree roots infiltrate kitchen threshold, tendrils questing cabinets twitch probes cans. Midnight inexorable zenith. Kitchen window, ritual's last altar, shatters prior night's force, shards regrown frost thick, knuckles lacerate knocking. 1. Frame convulses. 2. Root surge glass vein. 3. Tree detonates root quake, slamming seismic foundations grind shift. Covenant fever sealed. Shards hastily plywood nailed. Bed sarcophagus triple ducted. Footsteps transcend physical, manifesting airquake vibrations, atomized dust, phasing multiplanar through ceilings, walls, floors, simultaneous omnipresence crushes. Breath incarnates room flesh, exhaling court miasma layered emissaroanamine, bed disintegrating molecular, under apex mass atoms scream unbind. Tendrils evolve hierarchy, primary coils spine rigid fusion welds bone, secondary lace veins pulse sync blood races alien, tertiary probe skull sutures whispering interior. Whispers cathedral, Alex throne awaits below. Emma kneels, Sarah serves, Anna sings, yours apex. Shadow singularity devours reality, Rule 9 singularity, spacetime folds mine into void nucleus dimensions collapse point. Plywood erupts shrapnel cyclone, moonbeam lances piercing despite clouds, Rule 8 enforced violation. Compulsion absolute, body levitates unwilling, propelled basementward through house phasing walls part gelatinous. Resist surges, hum primordial guttural, frequency shattering drone clashing aria, harmonics war visceral, throat hemorrhages copper. But tree intervenes overt, branches breach window full, voice nucleus booms your name not one of them. Yet, Rule 7 weaponized, whispers reject mine, tree tendrils whip air lashing entity proxy thorns lacerate unseen. Levitation stutters, body slams floor bruising ribs impact jars organs. Tendrils recoil hierarchy disrupted strata unravel chaotic. Shadow singularity destabilizes, fractile explode void shrapnel peppers walls, mass catapult ceiling crash debris rains plaster blood. Footsteps multiplicity fracture retreat phases Doppler whale distant. Moonbeam snuffs fog engulfed. Collapse seizes convulsion, ribs cracked fire, throat flooded metallic, heels reopened gush. Sleep abdicates, reveries of thrones below branching infinite. Dawn reasserts fog iron, moon relinquished pale. Apocalypse domestic, house bisected tree incarnate, kitchen overrun roots coiling sink pipes choke fibrous, bedroom cratered singularity print vacuum sucked air rushes fill, mirror shattered facets reflecting court infinite eyes multiply legion. Porch throne mound, chair carved root bone, cushion bread flesh pulsing invitation seats eternal. Untouched. Basement door hangs ajar sliver, aria muted expectant silence hungers. Tree trunk pulses arterial sap heart visible. Night 7 repulsed apex, tree allied unwitting, hum shattered self, court throne denied. It escalates recruitment, hierarchy fractures my exploit, fever peaks nocturnal ally. Day 8 dawns root choked, wounds gangrenous untreated fever delirium sovereign. Mirror facets chorus whispers, basement ajar tempt symphony resume. Gifts thrown eternal, knocks blood ritual, footsteps omnipresent. Whispers recruit asterisk apex alex asterisk. What would you do if the tree betrayed its rule to save you? Throne awaiting slip, dusk roots advance. Porch pulses seat, midnight summons fractured. Ritual vidi, night 7 schisms, court divided. Its apex hungers fracture, basement sliver widens gap breathes. Compliance myth vapor, hierarchy beckons schism. Tonight tree or throne, abyss bifurcates, deeper schisms rend. Night 8. Fever reigns sovereign at dawn, fog a fever dream haze that warps edges into melting wax. I claw consciousness from abyss reveries, ribs fractured fire with every shallow rasp, heels gangrenous black-veined pus threads septic rivers down calves. Water dribbles throat copper swallow ignites hemorrhage, coffee a scorched memory in pot cinder. porch throne pulses alive, root bone chair throbbing vein thick, cushion bread flesh kneading slow like lung aroma bakes rot sweet, inviting sink eternal. Rule 5's bulwark crumbles mental, starvation whispers sit. Basement door gapes wider sliver, aria teasing resumption notes curl vaporous invitation. Pine tree dominates half house now, trunk merged walls breathing sink bark expands contracts chest mimic, roots throttling pipes sink bubbling glugs choke fibrous. List ashes to fragment, rules branded flesh inverse, night 7 schismed court, trees betrayal my fleeting sword. Day 8 ferments gangrene delirium, house tree hybrid convulsing unified. No flight, roots barricade doors seamless twine locks natural. I lance wounds savage, heated knife cauterizes heels sizzle erupts meat smoke. Ribs taped crude with cloth rags bind constricts breath. Mirror facets legion, each shard a courtier eye tracking fevered stagger gazes converge predatory. Basement symphony swells prelude, rule 1 defied open. Asterisk descend apex alex asterisk harmonies mind voice layered. Barricade vestige dust, door tempts yank. Radio void testament melted void. Porch throne I douse gasoline phantom can empty dry. Roots quench instant absorbing fuel thirst drinks hazard. Shadows mind tree fused, stretching preemptive rule 9 hybrid. Tree voices schism internal factions war join asterisk versus asterisk not yours. Rations hallucinated, tongue swells phantom feast saliva pools bread ghost. Afternoon peaks catatonic moon echo premature fattening clouds. Rule 8 haunts boarded gaps, nails pried loose by roots insidious pry whispers coax. Basement aria personalizes, lyrics asterisk alex throne fractures for you melody addicts vein. Air tree sap electric, walls bark textured pulsing veins surface visible. Hunger sovereign, vision tunnels throne glow. Tree roots quest bedroom threshold, tendrils fingering sheets probe dreams invasive. Midnight cataclysm. Kitchen window root veined cathedral knuckles scabbed. 1. Frame roots clench. 2. Tree factions roar duel. 3. Hybrid detonates, roots quake foundations earth heaves upheave, trunk slamming glass fusion bark embeds shards. Schism ritual, plywood root consumed, bed root cradle. Footsteps evolve arboreal, roots marching subsurface thuds tunnel visceral. Surfacing walls, ceilings, floors, tendril sprouts lash whipcord. Breath tree exhaled, sap miasma choking nectar rot, bed roots erupting impale cocoon thorns pierce mattress shred. Tendrils speciate, apex coils cervical snap ready neck hyperextends force, courtly lace ribs crack wider bone snaps audible. Skull probes burrow ear nostril intrusions worm cerebral. Whispers schismatic, Alex apex. Tree lies, Emma kneels yours. Descend fracture court. Shadow arboreal fractal, rule 9 canopy. Tree shadow mine engulfs house exterior infinity branches void. Boards root ruptured, moonbeam roots channel pure, rule 8 conduit breach. Compulsion tree V's court. Body splits tug war, half basement drag, half root anchor limbs dislocate pop. Schism exploits, tree rule 7 activates defiant asterisk your name not one. Reject asterisk, branches whip entity proxies lacerating thorns spray ichor black. Hum merges tree song guttural frequency shatters roots resonant, throat ruptures vessel burst. Court recoils hierarchical collapse strata cascade unravel. Shadow canopy implodes leaf shred void confetti storms. Mass roots eject slamming exterior impacts pulverized trunk scar. Footsteps tunnel fracture retreat tunnels collapse cave in. Moonbeam roots sever clean. Collapse fountains blood throat, ribs compound exposed, heels cauterfail geyser, ears trickling probe residue. Sleep treason, comas throne rehearsals. Dawn fog tree choke, moon relinquished rot. Ruin symbiotic, house tree court sieged, kitchen root throne hold, bedroom impale palisade thorns retract weeping sap, mirror facets root veined prisms eyes bleed bark tears. Porch throne sundered root war, fragments pulsing defiant seats schism multiply. Basement door wrenched half off hinges, abyss yawning aria mute vacuum sucks air. Tree trunk gashed entity scar, sap arterial gush wound matches torso print. Night 8 schism capitalized, tree weapon hummed hybrid, court fractured bleed, descent aborted hinge snap. It adapts mutation, rules warp tomorrow. Gangrene ascends thigh fever empire. Day 9 roots retreat tactical, wounds suppurate empire. Mirror prisms chorus schism. Basement hingeless beckons mutation. Thrones multiply fragment. Knocks schism ritual. Footsteps tunnel incarnate. Whispers factional asterisk apex or exile. What would you do if tree and court ward over your throne, rules mutating mid-breach, dusk-rooted vance stutter, porch fragments pulse legion, midnight schisms convoke, ritual vidi hybrid, night 8 rends alliances. Its mutation hungers adaptation, basement maw dilates jaws unhinge, compliance extinct, factions converge you, tonight ally or apex, abyss mutates, deeper wars ignite. Night 9. Dawn fractures through root-gashed wounds in the fog, a hemorrhage of pale light staining the tree hybrid house crimson. I resurrect from coma-throne rehearsals, gangrene clawing thigh-high now, flesh necrotic black marble, vein pus rivers reeks mortify sweet, ribs compound protruding bone splinters, air whistles fractured breaths. Water blood dribbles, lips cracked, swallow aspirates copper. Coffee pot, root invaded, sprouting fibrous brew tastes bark bile. Porch throne fragments multiply legion, each pulse throne miniature beckoning sit sink aromas schism sweetrot duel. Basement maw hingeless dilates wider, aria mutating hybrid, tree harmonies clashing court dissonance cacophony lures schism. Pine tree bleeds sap arterial from entity gash, trunk fevered convulsion bark splits rhythmic, roots retracting tactical yet encircling core insidious. List incinerates self to ash handprint, rules mutating ink fresh on walls now, new edict scrawls hallway blood script, stay silent after 3M asterisk. Day 9 orchestrates mutation delirium, house factionalized tree court warzone. No sanctuary, roots vein doors pulsing blockade twitch sentries vigilant. I amputate gangrene crude, saw scavenged shed sterilized flame blade grinds femorec, thigh stump cauterized screaming flesh chars howl, blood loss graying vision. Mirror prisms schism prisms, facets warring reflections. Tree green eyes versus court void orbs gazes dual possession. Basement mutation song personalizes Alex silent apex. Choose faction lyrics bifurcate brain lobe. Dormaw exhales vacuum pull, barricade vestige root digested. Porch fragments I pulverize hammer fury splinters embed palm. Roots resprout instant throne seeds growth accelerates vengeful. Shadows factional. Tree dappled versus courtinky, mind shredded contested. Tree voices, court whispers, dual overt factions, shout asterisk mine ours asterisk. Rations phantom, starvation, sovereign delusion. Afternoon mutates architecture, walls bark plaster hybrid undulating faction waves, veins green-black war. Moon echo fattens eclipse prelude through root canopy. Rule 8 mutates silence, windows moon gaze, boards root pruned gaps exhaling lunar draft. Basement dirge crescendos ultimatum descends silent fracture base cracks foundations. Air faction ozone crackles electric, floor roots court tendrils territorial joust lashes spark unseen. Hunger devours self, ribs gnaw inward. Tree roots throne room threshold, court tendrils ceiling drip, droplets venom test. 3 a.m. silence rule looms blade, midnight mutates. Kitchen window root vein cathedral prisms, knuckles bone exposed. 1. Factions hush anticipatory. 2. Maw dilates sonic. 3. Hybrid cataclysm, tree roots versus court shadows collide, glass rupture explosions, prism shatter. Mutation ritual, window devours self, root framed. Bed faction cradle contested. Footsteps factionalize apocalypse, tree roots marching seismic versus court, phasing ethereal collisions, quake dimensional. Walls sprouting dual arena tendrils, lashing mutual whips, crack plasma. Breath dual exhaled, tree sap nectar, clashing court grave mulch, miasma wars choke duel. Bed bifurcating, root thorn versus shadow vice, frame ren schism. Tendrils speciate warlord, tree coils anchor salvation, thorns shield breast. Court probes silence violate fingers, pry jaw. Hybrid skull intrusions, faction whisper cerebral asterisk, choose silent apex. Whispers pandemonium, tree lies court eternal. Silence joins mine, Alex fracture us. Shadow schism singularity, rule 9 warfare. Tree dapple infinity versus court void collapse, realities clash prism. Boards faction riven, moonbeam prisms channel eclipse duel, rule 8 mutated gaze compel. Body faction torn, tree roots pin ground, court levitates, mawward torso elongates rip. Mutation exploits, 3M strikes mid-breach, silence rule activates lethal. Lips seal iron vibration dies throat, hum forbidden absolute. Tree surges rule 7 defiant asterisk name not theirs silent hold. Roots whip court shred thorns eviscerate shadow ichor. Court counters silence maw exhaling vacuum scream lungs invert pull. Schism escalates, body slams neutral floor hybrid crater impact fuses factions blood. Tendrils mutual annihilate strata vaporize ozone. Shadows implode factional cores voids birth prisms. Mass dual catapult, tree trunk self flashes, court phases ceiling dent debris dual rains. Footsteps war fracture Doppler tunnels phase collapse. Eclipse moon snuffs prisms dark. Collapse hemorrhages silence breach cough. Thigh stump geysers arterial. Jaw unhinged drool. Ribs pulverized dust. Sleep mutates coma faction. Dreams choice thrones infinite duel. Dawn mutates fog prism. Eclipse relinquished rot hybrid. Ruin factionalized, house prism tree court siege. Kitchen vein battlefield roots shadows stalemate. Bedroom cratered schism vortex air spirals contested. Mirror prisms fused kaleidoscope infinite eyes faction legion. Porch thrones hybrid seeded, pulsing green-black invitations war eternal. Basement maw contracts expectant, mutationaria paused asterisk choice awaits silent. Tree trunk scar cicatrix pulsing, roots court tendrils truce tentative hybrids twitch. Night 9 mutation capitalized, silence severed hum, factions ward stalemate, descent aborted choice pendulum. Rules warp permanent, new silence binds voice. Gangrene heartisens delirium monarch. Day 10 prisms faction veil, wounds mutate hybrid fever. Mirror kaleidoscope choruses choose asterisk. Basement contracts choice maw, thrones hybrid pulse. Nox silence ritual, footsteps warlord incarnate. Whispers ultimatum silent apex or exile. What would you do if rules birthed mid-war, factions demanding silent choice, dusk prism advance, porch hybrids beckon legion, midnight choices convoke, ritual mute, night 9 mutates, factions stalemate hunger. Its hybrid apexes converge choice, basement breathes decision maw dilates pulse, compliance mutates choice, factions pend you, tonight burn or bind, abyss choices, deeper ultimatum ignites. Night 10. Eclipse dawn hemorrhages prism fog, light refracting factional scars into rainbow wrought across the hybrid house. I regenerate from choice coma, gangrene monarching heart ward, chest marbled black vein pulsing septic symphony heart stutters irregular, thigh stump necrotic phantom limb itching void nerves scream absent. Blood water trickles lips gangrenous swallow aspirates clot, coffee root invaded brew bubbling faction hybrid sap blood sips ignite delirium duel. Porch throne hybrids legion throb unified now, green-black pulses merging seat invitations silent apex eternal aromas warlord sweet grave. Basement maw dilates rhythmic breath, mutation aria hushed ultimatum burn or bind choice alex vacuum exhales decision pull. Pine tree trunk cicatrix throbs truce false, roots court tendrils entwine tentative hybrid twitch sentries unified hunger. Wall rules mutate final, burn this list at dawn. But only if you've followed every rule, asterisk asterisk asterisk, ink pulses fresh, dawn imminent violation. Day 10 ultimatum ferments choice delirium, house faction-fused colossus breathing apex rhythm. No sanctuary, hybrids vein every egress pulsing blockade twitch unified vigilant. I bind wounds terminal, cloth tourniquets thigh heart bind constricts pulse dual, chest lanced crude draining faction pus green-black syringe yields ichor war. Mirror kaleidoscope unified infinite, facets one eye. Hybrid mindtree court, layered grinning chews silent gaze possesses absolute. Basement breath swells operatic finale asterisk descend apex fracture complete harmonies mine layered legion. Maw exhales stares warping gelatinous. Porch hybrids I ignite futile, matches root quench instant, flames hybrid absorbed pulsing brighter thirst drinks pyre. Shadows singular apex, mine obliterated rule 9 terminal. Tree court voices unison asterisk alex hours silent eternal asterisk. Rations delusion, body consumes self-choice fuel. Afternoon eclipse climax, moon fattens horizon blood through prism canopy. Rule 8 terminal silent moon gaze binds, boards hybrid consumed gaps channeling lunar vacuum. Basement finale crescendos burn false descend true base fractures joists. Air apex ozone crackles singularity, floors hybrid veins territorial fusion pulses converge core. Hunger absolute, organs gnaw inward throne. Hybrids throne room encircle, tendrils fingering flesh test probes pulse choice. Dawn burns horizon imminent, rule 10 blade. Silence post 3 a.m. absolute, voice entombed. Midnight singularity. Kitchen window hybrid vein prism cathedral knuckles bone shards. 1. Factions unison hush. 2. Maw inhales sonic. 3. Colossus detonates. Hybrids quake reality dimensions fold implode. Trunk maw slamming fusion bark shadow merges glass. Choice ritual. Window devours self hybrid framed. Bed apex cradle. Footsteps singularity, hybrids marching multidimensional quakes unify planes, walls ceilings floors erupting tendril apex sprouts fuse colossus. Breath apex exhaled, tree sap grave mulch unified miasma, bed disintegrating singularity under ultimate mass reality wrens scream. Tendrils apex evolve, primary fuses spine cervical bone welds eternal. Courtly lace heart pulse sync blood races hybrid, tree probe skull complete cerebral possession silent apex throne yours. Whispers singularity, Alex burn lie, descend truth, Emma Sarah Anna joined silent, fracture complete hours. Shadow omega singularity, rule 9 annihilation, reality collapses mind nucleus void infinity existence folds point. Board singularity ruptured, eclipse moon channels absolute, rule 8 gaze terminal. Body singularity torn no resistance, levitates Makor propelled basement infinity walls phase gelatin absolute. Choice zenith dawn cracks eclipse simultaneous, Rule 10 activates burn window sliver. List ash handprint ignites spontaneous palm pyro flames lick pure white, but hybrid tendrils quench instant absorbing ember thirst denies escape. Silence shatters internal scream, lips sealed lethal, hum forbidden vibration dies throat implodes mute. Hybrids converge reject burn. Tree rule 7 mutates name hours now silent. Roots whip self-annihilate false truce thorns eviscerate hybrid ichor. Court maw exhales vacuum apex lungs reality invert. Schism implodes singularity. Body slams core vortex cratering foundation impact quakes coastal. Tendrils self-vaporize ozone supernova strata annihilate absolute. Shadows omega implode birth prism infinity voids cascade reality. Mass catapults hybrid explode, tree trunk cell thrives, court phases dimensional rift debris reality reigns multiversal. Footsteps singularity fracture Doppler infinity planes collapse eternal. Eclipse moon dawns snuffs prism absolute. Collapse rebirth silence mute. Heart gangrene arrests stutter restart. Stump phantom burns denial. Skull probes residue cerebral echo asterisk choice denied. No sleep. Eternity's throne rehearsals infinite loop. Dawn ultimatum denies. House hybrid prism colossus stabilized. Kitchen vein singularity. Bedroom cratered omega vortex air spirals eternal. Mirror unified eye watching asterisk silent apex bound. Porch thrones fused one apex seat pulsing invitation eternal hybrid beckon sit. Basement maw contracts sealed. Aria silenced asterisk choice ars asterisk. Tree trunk scar fused court void. Roots tendrils permanent hybrid pulses unified hunger. Night 10 climax burn denied. Rules mutated perfect. Factions unified apex. Escape aborted eternal bind. It wins choice, I am silent throne. A conclusion. Sun crests fog iron final, but house breathes eternal hybrid rhythm. Walls pulsing vein thick, containing my silent cage. Days blur post night 10, dawn burns repeat futile. List ashra grown scrawling walls infinite asterisk followed not enough. Silent eternal asterisk. Porch apex throne claims Citaur's trance. Hybrids feeding vein sap sustaining gangrene stasis flesh marble eternal. Basement moss sealed yet exhales whispers legion asterisk alex apex court complete. Mirror eye singular watches compliance perfected. Reflection hybrid legion grinning silent. Tree court fused colossus. Roots ceiling drip tendrils lacing dreams thrown yours. Starvation sovereign, body thins translucent hybrid fuel. Escape myth van packed dawn attempt, roots devour tires seamless earth swallows return. Realtor voicemail loops quiet forever. Rhetorical final, what would you do if rules perfected trapped you silent, burning only bound deeper? Engagement whispers, comment your strange rules below, like if you survived night 10. Subscribe for daily 5 p.m. EST rules. More nightly dread awaits. I'm still here, following the rules. Silent after 3 a.m. The house exhales when I breathe. Fog rolls eternal. Rain patters endless. Branches hush names legion. Whispers fade mine overlap. This story was written exclusively for Insomnia Rules.